Here's why you should sign up to compete. Let's put it this way. Nobody's going to pay our bills with doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We want to have fun. I like to interact with younger people. I think it's fun to be surrounded by the energy, the vibe, and everything. But why should you compete? I mean, most of us won't get sponsored, but feel free if you want to give me a sponsorship, I'm down. But anyway, so make a long story short, is that you should compete because you're not paying for the tournament. Yeah, but what if I go and I get smoked? It's a single elimination and oh, fuck, I got burnt in the first match, only one match. I paid $100 and some to compete. That's not what you paid for. What you paid for is for the time you spend between the time you sent the money and the competition, because once you commit and you sign the money, essentially shit gets real. What is that going to do for you? Well, number one, suddenly you will probably attend more classes. So maybe it's fear motivated. So what? You're going to show up to more classes. Some of you might start to do maybe a little exercise on the side. If we're masters and stuff, you will maybe watch what you eat a little more. So the real benefit is between the date you sign up. Is what happened between the day you send and you sign up and the day you actually compete. People were asking me, why you know, all those clips you do on Instagram, it's inspiring and stuff, and all that hip rehab I'm doing. Well, I'm going to tell you something, guys. I decided to go to the world's no-gi. Now, why did I take that decision? It's simple. It's simple. It is because this is what keeps me motivated to do everything I'm doing. I wouldn't do that. Honestly, I'm not, it's easier to get disciplined when there's a goal. So that's why I always encourage my students, fathers, mothers, people with jobs, all right? I say, sign up for the tournament. Frankly, we don't care what happens at the tournament. It's not. It's what's going to happen in between. You want to do well. You want to make sure you're a bit of fear, a bit of anxiety towards it. Like when I know they're going to announce the world's no-gi soon, the sign-ups will open. I don't know. I didn't check today if they're open or not. And just thinking about it, I'm getting a little, I'm saying, ooh, but that's good, because I know that once I sign up, my training, my motivation, I'm going to do even more than I'm doing now. Like whatever happens. I go to the Worlds, I win, I lose. It's all good. It's a privilege to be out there. So, and you know what? So it's very important. You should encourage your student to compete, but not make it medal focused, like you're going to go and win the gold or something. This is about self-improvement. Okay, unless you're like my daughter, which is, it's a difference. It's her life, it's her career. Do not compare yourself with these guys. It doesn't make sense, okay? So when you're coaching, because the thing is, in your school, the bulk of who pays your rent is not the black belts, not the competing black belt. Frankly, it's your white and blue belts. That's the bottom of the pyramid. That's your volume. Man, you know what? It's like those people, I mean, how many of them you coach you think are going to go and medal at ADCC? Not that many, I bet, if any. So by encouraging them to compete, they get a better, it's almost like it's empowering, So that's your job as a coach, is to take your student, and when they leave, right? One of my students told me after first competition, right? You are. She said, in the restaurant after she lost, it was her first competition. She goes, I'm not the same person anymore. This is what you want as a coach, The satisfaction as a coach a lot of time is not to take a natural athlete and take him to the top. This is easy. I mean, not easy, but I mean, if you take a person which starts terrified, non-athletic, uncoordinated, and you're able to make him feel empowered him and maybe have him learn a little extra skill, that makes you, honestly, that makes you a great coach. That's why you're doing this, okay? It's not about, you're using, the way I see it for myself is that I'm using jiu-jitsu not as an end game, but as a vehicle to improve people's life. Maybe I'm a hopeless romantic. That's what it is. I'm a hopeless romantic. Anyway, that's enough. That was part 3, coaching.